Good morning, another beautiful day. Frost on the ground. It's that time, I tell you what, the fucking summer goes by too quick. Either way, I wanted to make a video just commending you all. Everyone who is doing their work, finding their true self, expressing that to the world, and not worried about what other people's opinions are about you. That takes a lot of courage. And one thing I wanted to mention is how great of a position we are all in going through this ascension, because we could miss the beauty of it. And, you know, because it gets difficult. It gets extremely difficult sometimes. And some days you feel like you have it all figured out and you know your path is and you're walking it confidently. And then the next day you fucking just want to crawl inside a hole and be like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm lost. I'm this, I'm that. And that's just a normal cycle that happens, and it happens to me quite frequently, you know. Let's just say for every 3 weeks, I'll have like a bad week, you know, and I just notice that it's a cycle. And then when I get into it, I can talk myself out of it a lot easier because I know that it's natural. It's nothing that I'm doing. It's nothing that I could do besides the work to make it subside and lessen, you know. But we are in a fucking beautiful position. Did you know the fucking sky is the limit right now? Like, on your potential, you could create absolutely anything that you fucking want to create. And you have the best support system that you could possibly ever fucking imagine. The universe has your back, and it's trying to lead you to your best life. And all we have to do is just follow and trust our intuition. That's it. That is the only fucking thing that we have to do, is just follow what's in here and ignore all this. And once you could just fucking train your brain to do that, fuck, life gets amazing. But for those of you who are going through some very dark times and you don't know what to do, there's nothing that you could do except meditate, fucking just find your own peaceful place and just veg out and just go within. Get away from people. It's just gonna fucking exacerbate it. It's just gonna intensify it. And if you could just get away and just focus on yourself and just know that it's gonna pass. And the fucking deeper you fall and the darker it gets, the brighter and higher you're gonna soar. It's just guaranteed. So, and I'm starting to believe a lot of the individuals that are having a very, very difficult time are the ones, well, two. They're very gifted. They're very gifted, and they're coming into their gifts, and it's going to take a little bit more pressure to release them gifts than, let's just say, just the average person that's going through this. So if you're going through a very difficult patch, just know that you're going to come out on top, and it's just a moment of time. It's going to pass. It happened to me. It happened to many people that I know. You go through this dark night of the soul type shit, and you don't know what you're doing or what you can do, and you decide you think you're going to go see a doctor, and the doctor's going to fucking put you on some bullshit that you don't want nothing to do with. So just keep to yourself, know that it's going to pass, and that it's part of the process. It is part of the process to feel like that. That is where your work comes from. It's not from your happy sunshine days. No, it's from them dark days that you just want to fucking pull the cover over your head and just say, fuck this, I'm done. That's where the work's done. That's where where most of your power comes from. So take advantage of them times. In the morning, step outside in the sunlight. There's this energy ray that you can invoke. It's called the Mahatma energy. And what it is it's obviously, it's an energy that showed up on this planet in 2012. And it's a big reason of why we're going through this ascension. And you can invoke this energy every morning. I like to use the sun because when I stand in the sun, I close my eyes and I feel like this fucking bright beaming orb of light. So it helps me visualize a lot more effectively. And you could just stand in the sunlight and picture this Mahatma ray just in basking your body, your temple in it, and just healing, and just heal what needs to be healed, release what needs to be released, and transmute what needs to be transmuted. And do that every morning. Do your breath work. Do your meditations. These things are here to serve us, to get us through them dark times. And you just don't know. You were never taught how powerful your body is. And that if you put yourself in a certain state, whether it's fear, anxiety, whatever it is, you could get yourself out of that state. I'm just learning myself, and it's difficult, It's difficult, especially when you're so used to just saying, you know what, fuck this. I'm going to eat a pill, or I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to smoke a joint just to escape. You can't escape it. There's no more escaping it. And I'm realizing that, and I'm working towards mine because I still have my demons. I'm not fucking perfect. But I know a lot of the things that I'm experiencing, they're set in place for me. And they're teaching me a lot about myself. So I'm grateful for them. Even though I like wish some of the ticks would leave, I just don't give them that much power where I focus, I gotta fucking change this. I gotta change this. Let me tell you something. This is what I've realized. Your change is a natural process. It just comes. And then each and every change that shows up in your life, you're just freely surrendering to it more and more. And you're just learning to surrender. And each and every time some type of change comes in your life, it's going to get easier and easier to surrender. But what I was trying to say is this whole natural process of changing, it's natural. Like, that's why some days, like, you're kicking ass and you're just moving and you're doing everything that you need to do. You're doing your meditations, you're doing your journaling, you're doing your affirmations, and everything seems to fall into place. And then some days you just fucking fall out of that routine and you're like, man, I was doing good. What happened? What the fuck? Now I'm falling back in my old patterns. That's a cycle. And just acknowledge it and just know that when you get back to that routine, you're going to even be more on point than you were the first time. So it's like 2 steps forward, 3 steps back, 5 steps forwards, 3 steps back, 6 steps forward, 4 steps back, so you're always ahead 1 step, even when it seems like you're not. So don't give too much energy into the cycles that are happening. Don't think it's anything that you're doing, because it's not. It's just part of the process. And we just need to become familiar with this process. And when these cycles show up, so we could be like, oh, it's just one of them cycles, Like, for example, like if a fucking girl didn't know why she fucking bled out her vagina, and every fucking 30 days, she'd be like, what is wrong with me? I'm fucking bleeding. Oh, but she knows the cycles that show up in her body. So therefore, she could prepare for them. That's the same aspect. Fucking find out when these cycles show up. It could be near a full moon. It could be near a new moon. It might not have anything to do with the moon, but just find out when these cycles show up and see if you could pinpoint how frequently they do. And that way you could just sit there and tell yourself, okay, I get it. One of them that's showing up again, and I just have to be mindful of it and not give it too much energy. But our potential is infinite, and you have something that's in your heart that you came to express, and that's what this healing journey is doing, because you can't express that version of you in the state that you're in. So you have to heal all them past traumas, all that shame, all that guilt, all that resentment. All of that is leaving. There's no room for it. That's fucking excess baggage. I mentioned building this community. And I honestly know that this is going to come together. It has to. Like, there has to be a place where we could all merge together as one with a common goal and just give ourselves a chance to heal without the pressure of society, just getting off the mat for like, it could be, 3 months, 6 months, a year, 2 years, 3 years, however long you're feeling, because like I said, everybody's going to contribute. So it's not like it's going to you're going to be doing anything that you don't want to do. Everybody's going to contribute what they have to offer. But so I'm going to keep you posted on that, because that's going to be powerful. And I know that's part of my purpose. Yeah, I just wanted to let everybody know that they're exactly where they're supposed to be in their healing journey, and to just let go. Learn to let go now. Now is the time to take off the seatbelt and just let spirit take the steering wheel. I kept on having this dream. Where I'd be in this car and I'd be driving up this very, very steep hill. I mean, super steep, like scary steep and scary high. And I was always in the passenger seat, but I could never see who was driving. And, you know, I looked up the dream meaning to that, and it was saying that you feel like you're not in control of your life, you know. And then I'm sitting there trying to reflect back on it and say how that means to me. And like, I feel like I'm in perfect control of my life, but I also know that I'm getting directed by spirit, and what spirit says goes. So I'm just going with the flow of all this. So what that dream meant to me was, I'm fucking in the passenger seat and spirit's driving this, and I'm along for the ride. So, you know, that's just what it is. And I believe that, you know, like I finally realized that, you know, I'm not pulling these strings. I'm just going with the flow, you know, because there's been times in my life where I've sat there and argued with myself not to make a certain decision. And I knew this decision was going to cost me fucking severely, but for some reason I just could not do it. I could not do it. And I'm like, why am I fighting myself so fucking much? What is going on? And I made the decision, and sure enough, put myself in a bad situation. And I realized that was set in place. There was something I had to learn from there. So like this whole free will shit is kind of like out the window, because if you have to make a certain decision and a part of you does not want to make that decision, but is fucking eating you alive, you know, you're going to make that decision. So it's better to just go willingly and just say, okay, let me see what I have to learn here. And I'm just going to do it and hope for the best. You know, I mean, that's what I've done, and I'm fucking kick ass. Oh, but look up everything that shows up in your external reality. Like, even when you dream, try to remember your dreams. One thing that I've been focusing on, no, I'm not going to lie to you, I haven't been focusing on it, but it's been in the back of my mind that I need to start is dream journaling. Even if it's just one aspect of that dream that you remember, start writing these things down, because they hold meaning. And there's meaning to fucking everything. Everything. Fucking dragonfly soaring past you, an eagle in the sky, fucking a caterpillar on the ground, a fucking fly landing on your forehead. Everything has a meaning to it, and it's spirit just getting your attention. I mean, think about back like with our ancestors, and they lived off the land, right? Let's just say Native Americans. Do you think they had a clock to show them 11:11? Do you think they had fucking, you know, a YouTube channel that would pop up an ad of something that they were thinking about? Like, they didn't have that stuff. So spirit had to fucking communicate with them some way. So they did it through clouds, through nature, you know, with the animals, everything is a sign. So just pay attention to the stuff that's showing up in your life, because it's there to put you on point. That is your compass. So by you focusing on the things that are showing up in your life, and you focusing on how you're feeling and your emotions, that you have everything that you need to navigate through this fucking life. You just doubt yourself. And that's what we're doing, is removing this fucking doubt. No more doubting ourselves. We have what it takes. If we didn't, you wouldn't be watching this fucking video. You wouldn't be watching this video. Spirit would have never sent you this video for you to fucking watch, to tell you that you have it. You have it all. We believe in you. We support you. All you have to do is trust yourself, and you'll be fucking A1. Everything will come together. So learn on trusting yourself and just surrendering. You know, do a surrendering meditation. Go deep within and just say, you know what? I realize that this is your plan, and I'm just playing a part in it. So I surrender to you. Whatever, however you want to say it. Everybody resonates with words differently. So make sure it just comes from your heart, and that's it. If it comes from your heart, then you're good. But that's about it. I was seeing if anything else fucking would pop up in my mental space, but it's all about fucking doing that work. That's all I'm here to tell you. And it's the teenagers, it's the children, it's the young adults. That's the focus, because those are the ones who are going to change the world. Those are the ones who are going to change their mindset and be like, you know what, this shit ain't right, and it's going to change. And it starts with the kids. When fucking we need to fucking reinvent the whole educational system, because it's fucking just setting us up for fucking 9-to-5 slavery. But that's another video. So I just wanted to say thanks, and if you want to subscribe, you could subscribe. If not, that's cool too. But either way, love yourself.